Welcome to Raising the Bar, the podcast that pulls back the curtain on the country's most successful leaders and how they elevate their business and their teams. Please welcome our host, Allison.
So, communicating benefits. Let's talk about what to communicate. I think to make your employee benefits program successful, and I know we talk a lot about medical, but there's more than just medical, right? There's life insurance, both employer paid and voluntary. There's disability insurance, short-term, long-term, vision, dental, critical illness, accident, hospital plans, pet insurance, all the things, right? All the things that kind of fall into the employee benefit bucket, plus anything that you can do for your employees that can fall into the lifestyle account category, which we're going to talk about in the not too distant future. So what do you communicate? I think the most important thing to communicate, and there are three things, is leadership care for what happens to a rank and file employee. I know it sounds trite. I know it sounds whatever you want to think that it sounds like, but it is important that people know that you are concerned about them, that you care about them, that you care that their families have access to medical care. So talk about it. Just say so. I craft scripts for CEOs all the time, and they're very short, and they just communicate that the employer cares and is concerned about what happens. It's a difficult environment in medical insurance right now, and they're trying to do the best they can. The next thing to communicate is why you're doing what you're doing. I have a client that has done a phenomenal job of containing their costs, and the message that has been received or heard by employees is that, well, our employer doesn't care about us. They're just trying to cheap out on insurance. That isn't the case. What the employer is trying to do, and we've done a much better job of communicating over the last year or so, is that yes, we care, but we have a budget and we want to make sure that everybody gets the most bang for their buck. And by everybody, they don't just mean themselves, they mean the employees also. And now we've got some tools in place to help people access the right care at the right place at the right time. And you know what? That care is the right price, as my friend Deb Alt would say. So that is really important. You can demonstrate that you care by taking the savings you harvest when you do manage your plan a little bit more effectively and reinvesting those back into employees. Lower deductibles, lower premium, lower max out of pocket, sometimes zero cost of care. That will go a long way. And if you explain why and that you are trying to make sure that people have access to all the care they need. I know I've said that a few times. That is an incredibly important message to convey, that you want people to access care and be able to afford it. It's really, really important that you do that. And then do that in a myriad of ways. And we're going to talk a little bit more about what those ways are. As Lester Morales says, the days of the 8-page glossy benefit guide are over. I think they should have been over a long time, but no longer can you just throw benefits over the fence one time a year and expect people to know what to do, even in a fully insured environment. That doesn't work. So next week, we're going to talk about modes of communication. But I just want to reiterate that the senior leadership, the CEO, the CFO, the chief people officer, the chief human resources officer should all be communicating out during open enrollment that yes, they have already done their enrollment. They want to make sure that everybody takes care of what they need and get their questions answered at this time, thank them for participating, and ask for feedback. That goes a long way. Next thing, examples of how to use the plan. That way, if you're doing something new and innovative, people know what to do. And then a thank you at close up, and then some ongoing year-round communication, which doesn't have to be as scary or horrible as it sounds. It's actually pretty easy and can be really, really helpful. So remember, communicate care and concern. The employers that we work with do care, they are concerned, they are also fiscally responsible. Those things can exist in one health plan, and communicate it out more than you ever thought you needed to. So rule of eights applies here. Maybe next week I'll say what the rule of eights is. Have a terrific week, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode. Raising the Bar is powered by Altiqe Consulting, the country's leading independent expert in healthcare cost containment. Astute employers know there's a better way to offer health insurance, and we help them achieve it.